Nwanosike into the conversation. He has been introduced earlier. Thank you so much for joining us. He's going to speak, for the other local government chairmen who you have been talking about. Where do things stand now, Mr. Nwanosike? You had talked about some days ago. You had said that you are still the local government chairman, chairman of your local government. But as at now, where do things stand?
Leonard man that is on the studio for coming to join to air his view on this matter. My name is actually Dr. Nwanosike Samuel. As we speak, I'm still the executive chairman of Ikwerre local government by the laws made by Right Honorable Martins Amehule's led assembly, going by the judgment of Justice Omotosho that has not been repealed by any superior court and was given by Justice Omotosho. Standing on Section 272 of the Constitution of Nigeria that gives the Federal High Court the authority to talk about the tenure of House of Assembly members, vacation of their seats, Deputy Governor, and the Governor of the state. Our learned senior is aware of the laws and the jurisdiction of Justice Omotosho's ruling. And why we are worried as citizens of River State is our governor swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of Nigeria and to defend it, and to rule us as Rivers people with the rule of law and obedience to all court orders. But we are surprised that this judgment was given on the 24th of January. And I want to plead with you, if it's possible for your studio to please screen or roll out these orders of Justice Omotosho so that we can see the prayers that he granted. And one among those prayers is clear, that the River State governor should not interfere with the activities of the River House of Assembly because they are not in his whims and caprices. The River State of Assembly is a creation of the law. Not like he was voted for by the people of River State. They were also voted for on the same day. And so all he had was the power to pronounce the inauguration of the House, which he has exhausted. And we are surprised that people are not actually, especially our legal leaders, are quiet in what is happening in River State. They are telling us to believe that the governor has the right to choose which of the court or which of the laws of court he should obey. I don't think that is democracy our forefathers envisaged in bringing our constitution. For instance, if the Justice Omotosho's ruling says clearly that don't interfere in activities of the Martins Amehule's led assembly, wherever they want to sit, allow them sit because you did not provide security to defend their complex, you allowed it to become bombs and you destroyed it yourself. Everybody saw on national television where the governor stood in front of bulldozers and pulled down the River State House of Assembly hallowed chamber. And so now, if the House of Assembly since 24th of January 2024 have seen that the governor refused to present a budget to them, and he has been spending River State money, even Justice Omotosho said, you cannot present a budget of almost $1 trillion to four-man assembly that does not exist. These are four guys that when this crisis in the House of Assembly happened, Edison Ehie, the leader of the House, was impeached on that day. The other three members, Oko Jumbo, who is parading himself as an alternative speaker now, was also suspended from the House indefinitely. Good Hope Sokari, who is parading himself as a deputy, as a leader of the House now, was also suspended on that same day. The other fellow from the governor's local government was also suspended on that same day. Their suspensions have not been challenged. The House has not sat back to record them. Like recently in the Senate, a senator from the North was suspended from the Senate. But the House looked at it, the Senate looked at it, and after, and forget him, he has been called back. It's a legislative procedure. The governor cannot be the governor and the legislature at the same time. So if the governor feels that he can, through a press conference, he has provided executive order that House of Assembly to come and sit in the government house, and so he will sit down there and tell us that three-man assembly, even when Edison Ehie has withdrawn his case from court, I said, I am no more speaker. I was not speaker at the issue. I have resigned as a member of the National Assembly. I have been made chief of staff of the government. Now there are three members. You're telling Nigerians to believe that three members should pass our budget, three members should screen and swear in an attorney general, three members should bring in commissioner. This House of Assembly led by Martins Amehulle is authentic and by the judgment of Justice Omotosho. The judgment of Omotosho went further to say, you must conduct local government election. The judgment of Omotosho went ahead to say, you must not have caretaker. The judge of Omotosho said that The laws made by Martin Samewule are the legitimate laws of Rivers State.
Dr. Nwanosike, if I may come in just a minute. You have talked about how the governor seemed to be cherry-picking on the laws that he wants to respect or judgment that he wants to respect. Some people will also say the same thing, that you and the local government chairman are also cherry-picking, because there is also another high court judgment by, I think that's Dakatima Kyo, who talked about it, and that was in May. And she nullified the 6-month tenure allegation of the state's local government chairman granted by Martin Samewule, led House of Assembly. So that's also another judgment. How is it that you are not also choosing to respect that, but you are choosing that over Motosho?
Hold on. That was an interim injunction that even our leader that knows that he has a lifespan that is fair. And so, even before we talk about that, a judgment that was given by Motosho in January 24th, and the governor did not appeal it. From January to May, it comes to a state high court that has no jurisdiction to get an interim injunction to create crisis in Rivers State. I don't understand, even as a presenter, does it make sense to you? Let the level colleague tell Nigerians as a lawyer that is what he was taught in law school, that if a judgment came in January, you did not implement it, you did not obey it. Meanwhile, when that judgment came, the governor obeyed. The governor sent lists to the Martin Samewule House of Assembly to screen commissioners. The same governor said that he will obey laws. I was inviting the House of Assembly. They were relating properly. We had no problem. So why wait till May, from January to May? All he needed to conduct local government election was a 90 days notice to share. The question is why? But as I'm talking to you now, because he has seen that the federal government has sent have gone to Supreme Court, for Supreme Court to do that interpretation, he has quickly come to say he wants to conduct election in October, first week of October. So why all this crisis? Why orchestrate the crisis? Not or even to, let's even go ahead to say, even in the same state high court, Justice Bassam gave a complete court ruling, not an interim injunction like a Kyo and a while again. He gave a ruling and said, you people have approached me that Martin Samewule and 27 others seats should be vacated because they have left their political party. But before me, you have not presented any evidence to say they have left. PDP is here in court, saying they are still their members and they are in their register. APC is in court, said we have not gotten any letter from them. We have not even seen them come to register. They are still members of PDP. Based on that, Martin Samewule is the legitimate speaker of the House of Assembly, and all laws made by him are legitimate. So where have the local government chairman gone wrong? We are just obeying. And again, the local government law is the law arranging our activities in Rivers State. Even going by the tenor our legal leader is saying there. Don't forget, before 1999, local government chairman tenor were 4 years. It was some governors that wanted to take control of the third tier that went through their House of Assembly, mark my word, through their House of Assemblies, and amended tenors. Some states have 2 years tenor, while some states have 3 years tenor. When you do an election, the normal tenor is supposed to be 4 years. But because of their personal aggrandizement and control, they want to control Mr. President, they want to also come back and control the third tier. This is not democracy. So we are saying, the Rivers House of Assembly led by Martin Samewule has set the ball rolling. And our tenor still has 5 months and 26 days running. And we are doing our best to make sure that we govern the people of our local government by the rule of law. We don't want crisis. For now, all matters are in the Court of Appeal in Port Harcourt. And they have asked everyone to maintain status quo. And again, the Inspector General of Police and the CP have said all parties stay calm, cease all hostilities, don't take any step until Court of Appeal rules this matter. And that's what we are. All of a sudden, we saw the governor and his chief of staff bring that criminals and cultists that have left Rivers State so long to come and start invading council. A chief of staff who is being fingered in burning down the House of Assembly is busy moving in 1 day with security agents attached to the governor, the governor's ADC, that led to the death of a police officer and a vigilante chairman.
Dr. Nwanosike, we're very wary of allegations and speculations that we cannot substantiate, especially when it's against individuals. Just a minute, Dr. Nwanosike. I want the lawyer to respond to some of the things you have said as regards the 2 cases in court.